Good morning. It's August the 17th today, and I'm just doing a quick update on being raw since July the 1st and the impact that has had on, or the just not even the impact, that sounds a bit strong, but the just the general effects, I suppose, or the results of spending a month raw. One of the biggest ones is that I haven't gone back to cooked food. Every time that it's suggested, I'm just not interested in it at all. Having listened to people talking about being raw and then having cooked food, there's really nothing that kind of is drawing me back into having it at the moment. I have been having coffee. I used to have coffee with milk or cream and then sugar as well, and all I can palate at the moment is straight black coffee. I never used to be an espresso person, but it's become more appealing, or just sort of a black Americano type style of coffee as well. So that's kind of an odd one. Eating in itself is reduced quite markedly. So I used to have like 3 meals a day and such, sort of big bowl of oatmeal and fruits and such, with seeds, raisins for my breakfast, and then sort of coffee and probably be a few cups of coffee and such, and then I would have lunch, and that was usually a baguette with crisps or potato chips, and some juice. And then I might have another coffee in the afternoon, maybe pick up a small snack, then come home, have dinner, which was usually a large plate of some sort of, maybe pasta-based, noodle-based, or baked potato-based, or, that type of a meal. Not usually much in the way of meat. We did have chicken for a while, but we don't have that. Carol and I, who are both kind of really hitting this raw thing, don't have that going on anymore, meat-wise. But yeah, it used to be kind of big, sort of bigger portions of bigger meals. Now I'm getting up in the morning, I'm having, they're not small portions, don't get me wrong, but it's 2 bananas, 2 oranges, some apple chopped up in a bowl, maybe a bit of raisins and seeds, big glass of water, and a small cup of black straight coffee. And then maybe I will get some juice, or maybe like some plums or apples, that type of thing at lunch. Maybe if I'm out at the store, I can pick up some things like that, but it's generally just mono-mealing, or as I say, just a straight juice, like a grapefruit juice or an apple juice, that type of thing, something that has been as close to cold pressed as possible. So that kind of limits where I can go. And then come the evening time, I'll come back into the house. Maybe, today is a working day, so I've got appointments through the course of this evening, but into this evening. But I'll come back and, I'll probably have some nuts and seeds, raisins, and then maybe sort of a salad later on into the evening, and then at the end of the day maybe a little piece of raw chocolate. So I'm not I'm not short on food, but what I'm eating and the quantities that I'm eating in are much less. I can sort of have that kind of bowl of fruit in the morning, and then that'll do me pretty much, as long as I have some juice or water through the course of the day, maybe an apple or something like that, or a banana. That will kind of keep me going through until the evening time, and I'm reasonably happy with that. I would say that I'm probably not as energetic feeling as I could be if I was really kind of having higher quantities of fresh pressed juices that we make at home, and this type of stuff. So you can look back at our vlogs through July and kind of see what we were up to on the We Clan Torrance page for July, but that was a juicy raw July basically that we did there, and had I was like 11 days of completely raw before I had anything, 11 days of juice only, and water, before I went on to even eating some raw stuff. And then for the July period I was I think I had 21 days of juice, 10 days of food with juice as well, and the food, as I say, was always raw. There was no cooking process involved. We discovered some really nice dishes over the course of certainly these past 7 weeks, and I just don't see it I don't see it dropping away. Now, what I have noticed as well in those first 2 weeks of juicing, and kind of really being heavy on the juice diet, I felt fantastic. Energetically, I was sort of in such a fantastic place. And now I would say that I can still feel that energy there, but all the old patterns, all the old blocks and such likes that I suppose were more, just circumstance based, so work or relationships, these types of things, those old blocks, kind of the sheen wore off of feeling fantastic for 2 weeks, and the blocks kind of started to reappear, and they're here, but I really feel that with a commitment to changing my diet completely, and not taking any steps backwards, and really going forward and understanding how my body works in regards to, receiving nutrition and listening to its requirements, listening to my body's requirements as opposed to my emotional requirements for food. I really feel that there's a way for the rest of my life to feel the effects of that. So, by committing and being kind of dedicated to having a vastly changed and improved upon way of feeding myself, that's going to ripple out through the rest of my life, and I'm going to nourish myself in other parts of my life, in business, enterprise, relationships, in a very similar way, with that same level of dedication and devotion, the attention to ensuring that I'm feeding properly, and that's externally and internally. So, feeding others around me properly, emotionally, and in my activity, and that's that's kind of, I'm going to see if this is something that really kind of supports that shift. And yeah, so I look forward to kind of what the rest of August brings into September. It's, physically I'm in a much better condition. I feel a physical kind of a reset. I am really kind of, experiencing my journey through food and seeing what the impact of having higher amounts of, sort of raw solid foods against juices, and, monomealing on different fruits or veggies, seeing what the difference is on my, on my intestinal, my gastro, my GI tract, over the course of then, sort of 24, 48, 72 hours. There's just so much to kind of experience and observe and then find out about. Questions come up, and so go into YouTube and ask the question, and people who have dealt with raw food are probably already answering these questions somewhere, and if the questions aren't answered, then perfect, make the video that answers the questions for you. So what I would finish by in this little vlog by saying is, if you're drawn, if you felt compelled to, to kind of shifting how you eat and shifting what you nourish your body with to give it a better chance, to give the energy in your body an opportunity to really go to where it is required, and not spending so much energy that we have on processing what are quite difficult foods to manage through our systems. If you've ever felt drawn to try it, please do. If you have any questions at all, I don't have all the answers, but it makes me then find out more information as well, and I like that. That's something that I like to do. If I don't know the answer to something and somebody's looking to find the answer, well, then I like to try and find out the answer. So does Carol, so feel free to drop her a line as well. Yeah, if you feel drawn to it, go for it. The biggest recommendation is, if you go in for this, then go onto a water fast and commit to it for as long as you can, and then move to juice, fresh, cold pressed, or using a slow, like a single auger juicer or something. Again, there is information out there available. Just go search, but juice for as many days as you can. And then go to smoothies and do smoothies for as many days as you can, and then move into raw and do raw for as many days as you can. And once you've kind of hit that point of doing raw for as many days as you can, I think you'll find that you're going to be a lot more conscious about what you're putting into your body, and that's the experience that I'm on at the moment. And it's good. It's really good. So if you can, do. That's all I'm going to say, really. All right. It took me 10 minutes to say that, but yeah, if you can, do it. All right, take care. Have a fantastic day. It's beautiful sunshine here. I've got a day of work ahead of me, and yeah, lots of creative thinking going on in what we're doing in tandem with our shift in diet and just the different projects and ideas that we have as a result of this as well. It really creates new opportunities and possibilities. All right, take care. Have lots of fun today. Thank you. Bye-bye.